Oh, well, I didn't quite do it right. Let's go to this one. And then let's go up here and go to that one and remove this. And that will, huh, didn't fill up the whole screen like it's supposed to. Give me just a moment. Bring this back to where it's supposed to be. Or just get rid of that. There we go. Anyway, it's Boogie with the Bull, Tuesday Night Live. I'm Dave Logan. Jen Woodruff will be here shortly. And a whole bunch of other people were invited. William Lockett was invited, but has a load of wood that I believe he said he needs to cut. So they have wood they can use tonight. That's definitely more important than clowning around, drinking coffee, and having fun on, on a Boogie with the Bull. But in the meantime, I did say we would go political. Uh, the House has passed, I believe, the SAVE Act. The Senate has not. They're getting ready for a vacation. And I guess it is going to be decided as to whether or not they pass it and go on vacation, or don't pass it and go on vacation, or stay and work on it. I personally think they should stay and work on it. And the reason why is look at the state of New Jersey, 6,600 people that could not vote were registered, and an estimated 400 of them turned out and voted. It's probably more, and we'll find out if the state of New York wants to work with President Trump and the federal election commissions and all of that to try to make sure that only American citizens are registering and voting in our elections. And it's the right thing to do. The Democrats call it a software glitch that the software company said, no, it wasn't us. It requires human intervention in the process, and humans have to make the choice of what is or who is and who isn't entered into the system. So, six of one, a half dozen of the other. You can choose to believe whoever you want. Either way, we're going to do Boogie with the Bull tonight. Anyway, so we're live on the Dave Wilburn profile and on Facebook, and the Boogie with the Bull YouTube channel, www.youtube.com/@Dave And the @ is shifted to www.youtube.com/@Dave It has YouTube live chat, so you're welcome to take part in the conversation if you're watching. And Facebook, you have a live chat on Facebook, and both will come to my screen if anybody says anything. And I need to highlight what they said or read what they said. That's a great thing, too. Now, for tonight, the question is very simple. What do you do besides Facebook? Or what do you do besides social or socialist media, however you want to call it? What do you do besides that? And I can answer straight right. I play some racing or driving computer games on, crazygames.com, Microsoft News or Microsoft Network Games, MSN Games. I play some games over there. I try some games a lot, games that I haven't played, but mainly I play a lot of one called Racing Limits and a bunch of just free browser games on the internet. And I have some that I've saved and put on different computers around my house. Let's see. This tablet has some, and that tablet, which is not on, has some, and my phone, I think, has a couple, but usually I erase them from my phone. Give me just a moment to hit this one and then go to this one and see if, in fact, we are on live on Facebook. If not, we'll be waiting for them to get caught up. No, I'm over there. I'm over there right now. Uh, Go to my profile on Facebook. Like I said, Dave Glovin, Dave space Glovin. And as I said, you have a chat there that you are welcome to use. And you have the YouTube address if you decide you want to be over there, or be either one. And as I was saying, that's what I do. I play with old technology and see if I can get it further along. Two things are getting thrown away. I have a Samsung Chromebook 3, which has come to the end of its life, and I have a Samsung Galaxy Tab 3, which has come to the end of its life. And I have saved and play around with an LG G-Pad F 8.0 LTE, and that is the equivalent of being 4G LTE and Wi-Fi. So that's a good thing to have. That one's a keeper. It's a little bit slow because it's old. It's Android 6 running Chrome 95, and everything else in the house is running Chrome 150 or higher, depending on where it is. My phone is at 150, I believe. The big tablet is at 150. The small tablet over here is at 150. And it is what it is. I just like playing with old technology and seeing if I can get it working. So I do a lot of that. I find it. I adopt it as I tell people. I have a AI that usually helps me try to rescue anything that I get a hold of and can try. The only thing that's waiting to get rescued is a RCA Cambria 1162. And if you pay any attention to them, that is a tablet that is 11 inches and came with a keyboard docking station and the original power supply, of course. And as they get older, sometimes the solder joint on the motherboard breaks off and it just has to be resoldered, and then it will work. It's one of those things that I can use it, but when you plug it in to charge it, it's real iffy. If you bump it, bang it, or move it, you break the charge from the position that it needs to be in to charge, and it ends up trickle charging for the rest of the evening. And I don't trust myself with a solder gun to put it back together. So that's an old thing that will be put back together. And as I said, I have my trusty 8-inch tablet right here, which is Android 10. My big one on the desk is 10.1 inches. It's currently mobile through Xfinity Wi-Fi, and that was really fun. I talked to somebody I know in Pennsylvania and the other day, and I talked to my sister in California right after that, so I know it truly works. At least it worked where I was. It picked up a signal and worked wherever I was. Beautiful downtown Jacksonville. So jump on into the Boogie with the Bull YouTube channel or the Dave Logan profile and answer the question, what do you do besides social media, or socialist media, depending on who you are and what you are? What do you do besides that? Because I mean, I know in my world, I get tired of it, really. And I go play a race game, or a driving game, or some other game, take a nap sometimes, and come back to it and fill some groups and read things and drop them in other groups. And, you know, it's not the only thing I do anymore. Plus, it's 91 degrees in here, which is unfortunate. The AC is on as high as it can go, and it's blowing, but it's home. It's roomy. It's where the heart is. You know, uh, sometimes I'll even play with the cat. Get Agnes up on my lap, and we just sit and talk sometimes, and you never be amazed. Actually, you would be amazed sometimes by the things that come out of her mouth. And I'll leave it at that. You've seen her. She floats around here. Sometimes she'll jump up on top of the desk and put herself on my keyboard to the laptop here. And I can't type or I can't see if I'm doing a broadcast, but we will work out with it if it happens tonight, I promise you. So maybe she'll come on at some point if it fits her schedule and tell us what she does. Because she does a lot of sleeping in different places of the house. She likes the window on my right side, right there, that you can see the sun coming through. Because it's the bird feeder window, and she can sit there and watch as the birds eat. I've never seen her go after a bird or try to go after a bird. Uh, Usually she scares them away. Uh, but sometimes she just sits and watches them in that window. In another window in the house, sometimes she will push the curtains aside and put herself in there and lay down and look outside and fall asleep. But that's what happens. That is life in the fast lane. And you get home and you feel stupid. Like last night, Don and I went grocery shopping, and we got about everything we needed. But when I got home, I said, we didn't get paper towels. And I said, I'm going to need creamer for my coffee tomorrow, which is today. So I did have enough for today. I didn't have enough to go on beyond today, but that's fine. I have to see the doctor in the morning anyway. I can probably get free coffee over there while I see them. No emergency, just routine annual check to make sure I'm okay. They do a lot of them because I'm 64 years old. And some of you know I'm fighting LBD, which is Lewy body dementia, which means that there are little Lewy bodies that are protein, I believe, that are just filling up the roof of my head and on my brain. And at some point, they could cause dementia. The oldest one that I know that had LBD, as I call it, was in his 80s, I believe 82. And he didn't technically pass away from the LBD, from the dementia. He passed away by he had a heart attack, which was not caused by the dementia. He just had a heart attack and passed away. Uh, so, you know, it just puts your brain in a different way of thinking. It makes you very creative. So if you were creative, you, if you were creative, then you get incredibly creative. Sometimes ideas that don't think. Give me just a minute to check this for a second because Jen would have. Okay, nope. She said okay. She's running a little bit late, so we're waiting for her to arrive. But I will see when she is in the green room, and I will let you on. But as I said, it just changes your way of thinking sometimes. Uh, I'll go as far as to say sometimes I just don't want to be around anybody else, and sometimes I want to be. You know, I'll wake up in the middle of the night and realize my wife isn't sleeping, and I'll want to go and ask her what if she's okay, and then go back into our room and realize that the reason I woke up was because my sheets on my side of the bed kind of got all twisted and turned and thrown away, and I had to straighten that out because I like to sleep in a bed that is properly prepared. As I joke about it, Globans never make their beds until they sleep in it. And when I was a bachelor and I had maximum livery service in Waltham, I never made my bed until I got in it at night. You know, and it was time to wash clothes being a bachelor when you couldn't throw them on the floor anymore because it was totally covered with everything else. So you either got used to running down to the local department store and buying a big pack of underwear until you got everything into the laundry and done, or got everything into the laundry and did it. And of course, I didn't have laundry where I was, so I would drop it off, usually with a nice Oriental lady who she and her husband, I believe that's Asian, I shouldn't have said Oriental, but Asian lady who owned the laundromat near where I lived with her husband. And then down in on Main Street in Waltham was another one that her and her husband ran. So depending on the time of day I started and where I was, that's where it would get dropped off. And yes, I did make the mistake of one time putting it in one's the other one's bag and dropping it off. Or one time I actually took everything out of the bag, and I think they gave me one of their bags to use for them because they want you to know, they want you to advertise for where you get your stuff done. And I would tell people where I got it done. You know, I would tell people where I got it done. At one place, folded everything very nicely, including my shirts, and the other one put shirts on hangers, which I prefer because I would just hang them right in the closet, and that way I could go through them all, and when it was time, drop them off someplace else. But hmm, that was then. This is now. Everything gets thrown into the we call the laundry basket the hamper, and when it's full, it's time to wash everything. So tomorrow I probably will. Uh, and yeah, tomorrow afternoon when we get back from the doctor and some shopping and other errands that we got to do, I will probably do the laundry to get caught up. We have a great laundry shed. It would be a great place to do a broadcast from, but the only problem with it is that it gets very hot in there, and I don't think the window, which is a nice sized window, has a screen on it or not, so I don't know. But anyway, my mind is just kind of rambling until Jen joins us, and we see what's new and exciting in her life. And if you have a new and exciting life, or just have an exciting life and you're watching, you are more than welcome to come into one of the chat rooms, like I said, on the Boogie with Bull YouTube channel and or on my profile on Facebook, and tell me you want to come on, and I'll fire you a link. You have to have an address on Messenger that I can use. Meaning you have to use Messenger because that's the easiest way to send you a link while we're going live. But it is what it is, and it is not what it is not. All I can say is I tried, they tried, he tried, she tried, he can't do it. And these things just happen when I have the time and I have the option to do a broadcast. I usually come on and do a broadcast. The hardest part is knowing that, yes, I want to do a broadcast. In the morning, I know I want to do a broadcast, but I have to wait until 7 o'clock in the evening. And right now, sometimes we get people watching and sometimes we don't. And I wish people would come on when you see that a Believe with the Bull is on and tell me what is important to you. What do you want to talk about? Because it's very easy for me to sit here and let my mind just race and ramble and talk about this and talk about that. But I can't talk about what's going on in your life unless you're here and you want to talk about it, And sometimes there is more than social media or socialist media or whatever you want to call it going on in your life. And I'm always the one who wants to know. I mean, tomorrow I'm going to the doctor, like I said, and it's just a routine appointment where they're going to check something and probably say it's fine. And I don't know, maybe they'll weigh me and tell me I eat too much, but I'm sure I don't. I'll be around 184 pounds. The highest I've ever been was 195. They told me that I was obese, and then after taking everything, my blood, checking everything, they said, you are ready to die. Your cholesterol is through the roof, and your blood pressure is high, and this and that, and la-di-da. Scared the hell out of me, so I basically stopped eating. I lost 30 pounds to 165. That was too low, really. I trimmed up to, on average, about 184, 185. So I won't get to 195 again because 10 pounds more on me would just be 10 pounds of fat that I don't need to carry. But I am just about running out of things for you tonight, and I can't make anybody come here any faster than they could. Jen Woodruff shot me a note that said she needed about 10 minutes, and I hoped that she would come. I talked to Randy Rhodes, and he was interested, then I wasn't interested, then something, blah, 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 back and forth. And then I said, if you want to come on, you can come on. And it would have been fun because Randy, Jen, and I were together the early Boogie with the Bulls, and it would have been fun to talk about it. Plus, it gives me something to talk about. Randy Rhodes, the award winning host of All Roads Lead to Home Genealogy, and a member of several Southern groups, because that's where his interest lies. Uh, was slated to be here but did not show up, and all I can say is I tried. I really did. I thought about it before I did it this morning. Before I invited a person, I thought about it for I don't know 15, 20 minutes, and then I did. I invited him, and then I talked to him, and we got some things said both ways. So I heard a lot of what I needed to hear, and then it's like it always is. If you want to come here and
Hi, Dave.
drink coffee or a caffeinated beverage or an adult beverage or a minor beverage, whatever, and have fun, this is the place to be from 7 to about 8 o'clock when the alarms go off, or sometimes a little later than 8 o'clock. Anyway, Jen Woodruff is here, and we want to hear what Jen has to say because she is a very knowledgeable person and does have stuff. Right now, she's sleeping, so
I know I'm not sorry.
it is her
I,
because
I am so cold that this is awesome. It's like 94 degrees outside, so the air condition is really overcompensating. And I'm like, it's nice to have AC, but I could pee my
I
pants.
wish ours was because I could walk by a vent and feel it, and it's blowing very hard.
Oh, it's
But
not.
I checked the temperature here in the living room before we went on, and it was like 91 degrees inside. So, I mean,
Oh,
well,
man.
we'll put fans around if we have to do that. But
Great, great.
you know, it's a great place. As much as I bitch and moan about it sometimes, I really love where
Florida.
where we are. You know,
Right. It is warm, I'll tell you.
I
But
don't I
oh,
don't
it's
like there not being two cars in the driveway anymore, but
right.
but I do like living here.
It is
But there not being another car in the driveway since I don't drive means there's enough room on the other side of the driveway for the recycling barrel and the trash can.
wow. Did you see an alligator in your grass yet?
I have not seen an alligator. I see lizards all the time
Right.
on the in the laundry room. I will see I will see them outside. Uh, we have what they call Florida bugs. I guess they're palmetto bugs. They're like a clean cockroach,
I didn't.
except for when you splatter them or when you step on them or throw something at them, they splatter.
I
But
know we have
but
them too. It's like oil. Is there such a thing as clean oil? I don't think so.
well,
Or burning clean fuel. Mike Rowe doesn't think so. He says it's all dirty. And if it's an insect, I think they're all dirty. But I know
well,
what you're talking about. Those
well,
pure.
Donna said to me the other day the palmetto bugs, the clean cockroach type bug,
Yes.
they can actually fly, which I didn't know. She said she's caught them in the bedroom, and they get a burial at sea. I'll say that much. Uh, and
Flushed. That's
if I
funny.
saw them flying, I'd be under my covers, going, "I'm going to wait for them to leave." You are not invited
Yeah, I
into
saw
my
when
bedroom.
I saw the scariest thing, and Jesse thinks it's hilarious. He's like, "Why are you scared of that?" And I'm like, "Well, first of all, it has snake in its name, and it's faster than me, and it was very deceptive." Okay, it looked like a little. It was like okay, it didn't look like a stick bug. It looked
Okay,
like a stick. It looked like a little
okay,
piece of black vinyl, I don't know, like a shoelace or a wire on the floor. and
Okay.
I went to pick it up, and oh my gosh, this thing it's turned from being a straight line, like a thick stick or a piece of vinyl or like
Mhm.
vinyl shoe leather, and it coiled and then it moved really fast, and I screamed. I don't like when it moves that fast. I don't care if I'm 1,000 times bigger than it. It was faster than me. And it is called a blind snake. But it was only, it was what, an inch and a half long, if that. And it was so skinny. I mean, it was skinnier than thin spaghetti, but it was fast.
The
And it,
funniest thing I ever saw in this house was a kitten because we have a large cat population because at some point somebody somebody had a cat or fed the cats and they started to take over the outside
they multiplied.
wherever they could get. But this
Right.
kitten realized that there was a snake there, and it I guess was going to catch the snake in its mouth and probably carry it someplace else or eat it. And
Oh god.
the snake, I don't know if it bit. I think it looked like it bit the kitten, and then but it didn't matter. The kitten picked it up again, and the snake made made it look like it bit the kitten again, and this went on for about 15, 20 minutes until the cat finally put it down, and you kind of see in the grass something slithering away, and the cat went the other way, and that was it.
I am terrified of snakes. I don't care how small or how big they are. They are fast and they are
Yeah.
scary. But do you know what I love? The biggest enemy of the snake is an eagle. And I'm like, how can an eagle be terrified of well, it's not terrified of the snake. The
Eat
snake
them.
is, yeah. Well, listen to what they do. The snake is terrified of the eagle because what it does, it comes down, it picks up the snake, and it'll take it back to its babies, the eggs.
Oh, okay.
But before it gets there, he gets as high as he can get, and then he lets go and
Yep.
drops it. And then he sees where it is, and he's like dives down to get
They
it. By this time, it's dead
they
because
would do that with small animals too.
ah,
They always told us with Delilah, who weighed maybe 5 pounds, if that, that they come
oh, the
down,
chihuahua.
they lock on, they go up, and they drop, so that by the time it comes down to the ground, it's no longer with us.
It's
And
deceased.
I
That
I
was
never I
awesome.
never saw it happen. I wouldn't let it happen to Delilah.
Oh
But
yeah, I know.
uh,
We have
the
a little
funniest
toy
thing,
dog. Yeah.
the funniest thing really was in the limo business. Just like everything else is funny. I stopped. I picked up a lady at the airport, took her back to where her car was, and I excused myself out of the car because there was a big turtle laying
Oh.
there. And I went to pick it up, and it turned its head completely around to me, and it snapped. And
Oh.
I literally dropped it.
Yeah, it could cut your finger.
Yeah. And the lady was laughing really hard and said,
Lovely.
You don't want to pick it up the next time you see one. Just pull up close and help me load my car, and I'll be fine. And that's that's what I did. But yeah, that was a little scary.
That was scary. That's terrifying. Wow. They say be careful, though. I mean, you could get a shovel and push the turtle into the like water if you think it needs water. But then I learned there are only some turtles that swim. There
Mhm.
are tortoises that are like on the ground and they need water to
Yeah. But
drink, but there are sea turtles, and those are the if you
yeah.
put a tortoise into the water and it's not a sea turtle, you're drowning it basically if it doesn't swim. And I was like, oh
No,
my
don't do that.
god, I know.
Don't, don't do that.
Don't
Don't do
kill,
that.
don't kill
I'll just take
turtles.
another parking space next time.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm glad I'm not in the limousine business anymore because today I played a limo game and it involves it shows you the space that you have to park in,
uh huh.
and then it it won't open the door for the passenger to get in until you're properly lined up in the space. And I'm thinking to myself, I never did this shit when I was in
Oh
business.
man.
I just pulled up and knew they were the right people to pick up, and
Oh,
and we left. You
wow.
know, if I had to spend all this time parking just right to pick someone up, they would have left.
They'd have called someone else. That's crazy. Yeah, that's funny.
But anyway, what is new and exciting? What do you do besides social or socialist media? As I said before, do you?
You're right.
I,
Yeah,
I know
I
you're the homeschooling mom because
yes.
that's what we called you.
Yes, I have a couple of websites, but this is my favorite one. It's next to my name. It's cookiecrumbs.com.
.com.
Yeah, does it say Miss Jen at cookiecrumbs.com or no?
I don't know. Oh wait a minute. I could go here.
On some sites it says Miss Jen or it says
Okay.
Jen, the homeschooling mom. On Facebook it should
It
say
might.
Miss Jen at okay.
Yeah,
Well, anyways,
it says Miss Jen at cookiecrumbs.com. Okay, yeah.
yes, that's awesome. Okay, that's what I'm doing. I'm still doing it. All of my kids are graduated now, so
Oh,
I'm still giving back though and promoting my products. And what I'm doing right now is making these free printables that are one page plans. And so there's a
mhm.
one page plan that is for homeschoolers, and then
Mm.
let's see, I'll give you the link to that in our comment section. And I also have the coolest thing right now is a weekly habit tracker. And Juliana, also known as Juju, and I put together this quick little poem. And then we bought the software, or it's just a program actually. It's called Suno,
Yep.
SUNO.com. And for $50, yeah, I think your show has a song. It's professional.
There's two or three. Yeah,
Yeah, it's fantastic.
yeah.
Well, we put these
Right.
words together and it's about being a screen slave and how we are so tied to our cell phones. And
We are.
um yeah, and so this is in response to the court hearing against Zuckerberg for making these what was it programs on Facebook that were highly addictive to children who were underage. And we
Instagram, which is
oh
a meta company, which is what Facebook is now. But yeah, they uh,
oh I
yeah
see.
they were found guilty. They were found guilty of going after like 13-year-old girls primarily and making them
That's
think that
terrifying.
they were ugly and needed to lose weight and all this other stuff, and they ended up getting sued for it, and I believe one of the parties are the parents of a person who actually committed suicide.
Oh gosh, yeah. The whole thing, it's sick. I'm so glad that they were found guilty because that's just wrong. But there's not enough it's unreal. There's not enough checks and balances. People don't know what to do. And I'll tell you, the best thing to do is take control of your family. You were given this beautiful child. You had one job, raise the
Mhm.
child. You can be the one who says, no, you
Mhm.
can't. I want you to do something else right now. And it's not boring. I mean, giving them chores, cutting the grass, weeding,
Yeah.
and cleaning the kitchen, it's effective. But a lot of times the kids are like, no, I'm doing blah, 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 whatever else. So, anyhow, I made this thing. It's called a weekly habit tracker.
Mhm.
And Julie and I made the song, and that's on Suno. And
Mhm.
the song is called Screen Slave. But the weekly habit tracker, we made it so you can download it to your PC screen, your cell phone screen, your kid's tablet, and all it is, it's a digital
It's a digital
product where they
priest.
can check a box and write down
Yep.
what you. So, hold on, and you can play this music on, the
Okay.
show. It's not copyrighted. Well, it is to
Right.
me. We made it.
It's copyrighted to you. We own
Yes,
it. It's
no,
yours.
there's the only thing that we borrowed was a theme, and it was the beach theme because it's the only way we could understand. It's like sounds like Wipeout. And so it's very wholesome. There's a link there, and it goes to my site, Cookie Crumbs.
Yep.
And there are two different free printables I wanted to share. You can print them out or you can download them onto your phone. One,
Free printables.
yes, and
Go.
people aren't doing printables anymore. They
Yeah.
want downloads on their phone and on their PC. So this is this first one goes to it's on that link. It's called the
Okay.
2026 Weekly Habit Tracker. And this was my response to the website, or no, to the, what was it? To the legal issue that Zuckerberg was facing. And I
Yep.
was not saying he was correct. I was just saying, parents, take your authority, get a tracker, and you be the one who says, can you do something better with your time right now than playing on Facebook? Or give them boundaries. It is so difficult. So if you see the song on there, the song is called Screen Slave, and it's really cute. If you could play that, it's
Let's see. Brings me to the page, but I don't.
yeah, she
No, yeah, that just brings me to the Cookie Crumbs website, and there it is. I don't know if it will let me play it or not. Well, this will let me play it. Hold on.
is it coming out or no? Did, did you hear it? It's right underneath the screen time tracker. If you go to the
That
site,
is the latest song from Juju and the Homeschooling Mom.
yes, it starts out with drums. It's amazing. It sounds so much like the tune starts out sounding like Secret Agent Man. Do you remember that song?
Yep, yep.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like, but it's not. You should play, can you play it online or is it too tricky to do that because it's a really cute song.
I don't know if it will let me do that because I don't have it saved to uh, to do that. But I tell you what I will do, or I will ask Randy Rhodes how he does it because I actually don't know. I don't know how to save it. I did manage to save the intro to the show,
Oh,
but
sure.
I don't know how to. I tried 8 million ways before I got it, and then I left it alone because I knew I got it. But it's easy. I will see what I can do. But right now, I think all I can do is like I did, go to it and go to it and play it. And
Yeah, in the free printables, it's there.
yeah, no, I mean I can see it right here. Let me,
Yeah.
let me know if you can hear it,
Okay.
and we'll try it. Can you hear it?
No, no.
You
I
can't
think
hear
I
it.
no, it's not coming through. I should
Okay.
put it on YouTube so you could play the YouTube, but I don't have that done. So
Okay,
at least
we'll get it done. I promise we'll play it the next time.
oh
If
cool.
it's
Okay.
on YouTube, all I have to do is go to YouTube and copy the
URL. Yeah.
the URL and then just
Okay.
play the URL, and that will
Okay.
play. That I know how to do.
Okay, and that link will also send you to another free printable, which is my favorite. And this, I'm calling these ones OPPs for one page plan. And this one page plan is the homeschooler's plan. And it,
Cool.
yeah, you put up your daily schedule,
Uh,
your priorities,
yeah.
whether it's like a spelling test, there's the curriculums you used, and finally at the bottom is the funnest part. You put down the epiphany of the day. Did they come up with a good saying? Did you get a good verse? And so it's a way to keep track. If you don't want to fill out a formal planner, which we do have, you can just do this free one page plan.
Okay. Then we will do that. And homeschooling is you know
Right.
I can't say enough good things about it because I watched our grandson who is coming up on 14
Awesome.
next month has been homeschooled his entire life just about. I
Oh,
mean,
that's great.
uh, but the everything becomes a lesson, and everything can become a lesson. It's like I remember one day when we were still in Connecticut, uh, our son and him came to our house and they built raised bed flower beds
Oh, wow.
for Donna to plant one year,
Nice.
and everything's a lesson. It's like
Great.
Matt said, you need this much wood. There was Tony, cutting, measuring and cutting
Oh, I
what
love
he
that.
needed to put it together. And
I love that. It's practical.
yep, the only time I got concerned was he was reading something, but he was reading it on his phone,
Oh,
and I said, "No, I'm going to take care of that." I gave him an iPad that I had that I wasn't using, and said, "Use this, the
nice.
bigger screen. Your eyes will thank you for doing that." You know,
That's awesome.
yeah, yeah. Let's see,
That's great.
752. But yeah, as you said earlier, yeah, I have a couple of different Boogie with the Bulls that I took from other songs, but then decided one or two of them are actually copyrighted by someone else.
Whoops.
And
Right.
no. I couldn't get an answer back from them if it was okay to play it because it wasn't bad. It was just it was Boogie with the with something else, I think. But the words in it were just great for the show. But Sunu.com, yeah, is an excellent site.
Right.
It's an excellent site. You know.
That's great.
And I
Yeah.
again will thank Randy Rhodes, all Rhodes Ho GDLNG, for telling me about it. He's the one who told me about it.
Right. Oh, yeah. That's awesome.
I
You
think
have
we can do 5 songs, up to 5 songs a day for free. Uh, yeah, I think for free. But the paid plans didn't look too bad, but I didn't grab one. But uh,
right.
the I'm doing everything free
That's smart.
that I can
Yeah.
do. Trying to just move the show to free restream, although paid restream is just as good. In some cases, if you need some things, are gonna go to you're gonna go to paid restream.
Yes.
I don't want to sit and talk about them all right now. Uh, if you have $45 a month, feel free to use StreamYard. But I don't know anybody who realizes that they're paying $45 a month that decides to stay there. So
Right. That's
Restream, you
amazing.
get the same plan on Restream for $19 a month, which is the $16 a month plus a $3 billing fee every month. Or you can pay 19 times whatever it is for a full year.
Right.
Restream.com,
I
get the information.
Oh, I love it. They have so much to offer too. If you want to write a
Yeah.
song, you
Hmm.
go there. They have, and then you get to
Oh,
pick.
yeah.
You pick the genre. You pick what do you want? Drums? Do you want guitars?
Yep.
You can even say female vocalist, male vocalist. It was
Hmm.
amazing. It is a really good tool. I love it.
Yeah. It's a great.
Very cool. Did you see any of the funeral today? Or it's not a funeral, celebration of life for Lindsey Graham.
I watched, and then I thought I heard that Putin and Zelensky were at the White House, but it wasn't Putin and Zelensky. It was Putin and Benjamin Netanyahu, who was
Wow.
here in the States. And I hope that while he's in the States, he and his entourage go to Mamdani land and see if he has the audacity to try to arrest him for whatever he thinks he can arrest him for.
Right. It's
I think what
terrible.
will happen is that Mr. Mamdani will find himself on a ice flight bound for Uganda very soon.
Right. I know. He's because the Mossad said he is not going to arrest Bibi. If
He
he
is not going
does,
to arrest me.
we're going to take him out. And I thought, oh my gosh. I was like, hey, Montani, I double dog dare you. Try. No, I'm kidding. But
Yeah.
seriously, it was frustrating. I cannot stand the way these socialist Democrats of America are forming. It is insane. It's so
Well,
obvious to me. Isn't it obvious to you that they're trying to make us a communist nation?
they're trying to, but what amazes me about Mamdani is that all these people that voted for him knew this was going to happen because he said this is what I'm going to work on. And then he got nailed because somebody in his administration, the director of international something, she's responsible for talking to all the other countries in the world about
Right.
New York City and making deals to come into New York City. And evidently somebody said that she was evidently about to have a meeting with the Iranians, and not the good Iranians, the ones that run the country. And evidently that's I guess that's not allowed. She can't jump in and try to do what she was going to try to do if she had this meeting. It's just not allowed. And of course, he said, she didn't understand that that's what she was going to end up doing. And I don't think it was she personally. I think it was he. You
I
know,
think you're right. I
you know.
think you're right.
But yeah,
She was just the face man.
she was just a name that he could throw out, saying that she got caught, and that's not what she wanted to do.
Mm.
And I think he's going to get. He can't get voted out the way I understand it because New York State doesn't have any law on the books or procedure that allows a sitting mayor to be removed. The state has to do it. And I believe that it's the governor that has to say, we're going to remove him. And I don't think Kathy Hochul will do it because I think she actually thinks he's going to end up as governor or maybe as president. I don't know. And is hoping for a good position in the Mamdani administration. And I don't know why anybody would want a position in Mamdani administration. It's like, I personally don't have any problem with him, meaning that, if he wanted to come on to Boogie with the Bull, he can come on to Boogie with the Bull anytime he wants. He might not like the conversation that we have, and he might not like things that are said to him by other people. We've had Democrats on before. It didn't go well. Had a guy named Barry Nolan from the Democrat Party in Massachusetts was on. I met him in another group.
Oh, wow.
And he just started yelling over the top of everybody until Jerry Michaels, who was on, said either he goes or I go. And Barry just wouldn't be quiet. So I started yelling into my mic, and you can hear me if I yell into my mic. You can hear me from across the room if I yell toward my mic.
Was your family? Was Donna? Oh God!
I've been clocked 28 rows without a microphone in a little bit higher than this speaking voice, meaning that everybody could hear me and everybody could clearly understand what I was saying. The only problem was the drama coach said, projection, my son, projection. so I got louder and I got louder and I got louder. But he didn't teach me how to turn it down.
What were they thinking?
After you get everybody's attention in the 28th row and they can understand what you're saying,
stop.
You're still yelling. So I yelled really loud, I'm sorry, Barry, but we got to go. And he walked the plank in a big splash, and we went on doing whatever we were going to do.
Good for you. That's fun.
But I mean, I've always said to people, yeah, come on to the broadcast. If you want to come on, come on. I don't care. We drink coffee, we drink whatever. I'm drinking the equivalent of one of those aids tonight, orange.
Oh, fun.
Come on, have fun. Yeah, it's like a Gatorade. I think it's called Game Plan. But it's like one of those Gatorades. It's like one of those
Powerade
sports drinks.
Right.
I don't listen to anybody. Some say, oh yeah, that's great for you. Some say, no, that's not good for you. And I just say, I'm thirsty and I got to drink something.
It works.
It works.
That's fun.
It works. It works.
Super. Wow. Now, what I love about this website, the Cookie Crumbs, it says follow the educational crumb trail to a diploma. And so I'm encouraging people to homeschool, and I can help them. Yeah, homeschool, keep track of their progress so that at the end you can follow all these little educational crumbs to diploma. And so I didn't want to come right out and talk about homeschool. Michael
Mhm.
Anthony was actually the one that said, the left is not going to let you do this. And I'm like, you're kidding. Well, they're not going to like it. He was right about that. And so I said, but I have to anyways. I have to
So,
tell people this is how you do it. And this is how you can keep track. And it will end up in a diploma. But now, this is the most unique situation we had. It was crazy. And I love the fact that Juju, okay, she loves the swim. And
mhm.
so she got a job at the one and only water park that we have in Idaho, and that is Roaring Springs. And so to get this job, she had to prove that she passed the Idaho swimming requirements, and she
Mhm.
had to take a first aid class. So she knew CPR, she knew how to swim, she knew how to rescue. It was amazing. She like went through, what was it like, to get the
Mhm.
diploma, and then she got the job, and so it was fantastic. She was a lifeguard, and I thought, well, because I could in homeschooling, that was her physical education, and we have a
Yep.
diploma to prove, and it was also a job. So we claimed all these things as credits in our homeschool. But now she also has this other
Yep.
talent, which is singing. So she went to the school, because I can't help her, do choir, and
Yeah.
she's in the advanced women's choir. I mean, when she graduated, she was at like the peak of her educational career in choir. And
Good.
so it was fantastic. And you can do something called dual school, where you can do your homeschool, you just keep a good record. You can do your public school, just keep
Yep.
records. And because she got her diploma from the public school system, they didn't count any of our homeschool courses because it wasn't
Oh,
approved. I know, it was sad. And I
it,
was thinking, if you're going to a pool, and you're gonna if you had the choice to pick your own lifeguard, wouldn't you want someone who passed like the state boards and
yep.
that was their job? Or would you rather have someone who passed the class and the swimming teacher got paid to teach them what they know? And
I
it
know it's periodically with our grandson. He actually has to go in and they test him. They test him
right.
to see that he is in fact learning what he's supposed to learn, and he routinely beats the hell out of the scores
Awesome.
of what he takes, and he's very knowledgeable anyway.
I love that. Yeah.
And as is our oldest son, who I mean, just you know, and everything's like I said, everything's a lesson. It
Right.
qualifies as a lesson,
I
and
love that.
and
Right.
if you do it on a plan and you stick to that plan and they're tested on that plan as they're supposed to, hey, to me, it's just as good
Right.
as going to school because for me, I'm one of those that I learn by doing. I don't learn by reading a book on how to do something.
Right.
You know, I read a book and studied along for 18 weeks
Exactly.
to to earn the opportunity to go on mic. And when they sat me down and turned the mic on, I froze. And then the next time they told me before I went on, just just say whatever and have fun.
Right.
Then I got in trouble one time where I was handed something and the person said, "You have to read this exactly how it is." And that means there's no Dave Logan before it, during it, or after it. You just have to read it, put it down, and do something else that is related to your show. But you have to read this right now. And when I got done reading it, I said, this is the stupidest effing BS I've ever been asked to read in my time here as executive vice president of the student government and a college disc jockey.
Oh my
But the
gosh.
person in charge of the mics that day had left the room and the mic was still on.
Oh, you're on a hot
Well,
mic?
we called it hot. Yeah, we called it hot mic because no one ever knew when I was going to talk, so they would just leave the mic hot potted. But they would only do that if they were in the room to make sure if they had to,
Monitor.
they turned it they turned it off, or they thought
Right.
I was going to say something that shouldn't have been said the way it was, or used a word that we weren't allowed to use. They do. Yeah.
That's
So
funny.
be careful. Be careful that the mic is turned off before you say something, or
Right.
just say it, or just be like me and say it, and then you know they they the
Hope
board
for
of
the
trustees
best.
and the chancellor. I knew the chancellor very well. I was friendly with the board of trustees, but I didn't really know most of them. Sat me down together and said, "What are you going to do about what you said?" And I said, "Well, the executive vice president of student government, which funds the radio station, doesn't really think anything should be done other than people need to learn a very valuable lesson. Make sure your mics are not hot potted when you might say something you're not
Right.
supposed to say." And they kind of laughed at me about that and said, "Well, what are
Oops.
you going to do?" I said, "Well, you know what? I'll take a month off." And the word can just be he got suspended for saying what he said, and that was true. I got kicked off the radio station for a month because the board of trustees and the chancellor
What you
what
said.
didn't like what I said. But I went back to them a couple of weeks later during the month and said, "I have to speak." And they said, "Well, are you speaking as the executive vice president of the student government, or are you speaking as the jock at the station who got fired for a month?" I said both,
Oh god.
because Dave Glovin had to take a month off for what he said.
Oh.
But what Dave Glovin said was exactly what he meant to say. Your policy that you're implementing is 100% BS. I didn't say the word, I just said 100% BS.
Right.
And really, from a student point of view, is something that is not needed to happen. And but if you want to give me a month off, I will take the month off. I didn't go back to the station because someone during the month who was filling in for me said that he quit and he's not coming back. So I said to that, I contacted that person off there and said, "Well, if you want my show, you can have it because evidently I quit and I'm not coming back." It was time to go anyway, really. I mean,
Yeah, you know when
it was
it's
time to
time.
go in. They handed me the piece of paper, and that's all that I was concerned with. You know,
Right.
they made me miss. They made me not attend the graduation ceremonies, which was okay because I sat in the studio and live broadcast them anyway. So you know, and then my instructor came up to me. "There's Dave Glowin, the only person I know that has a face for radio."
Oh, come on.
And I said, "Okay. Anyway, anything else you want to say before I hog the whole hour myself?"
Oh no, you did great. I just wanted to talk about Lindsey Graham. He was a great guy. And they
I
keep
did. I
go ahead.
did see part. I did see part of it, and then, like I said, I screwed up and thought I heard Zelensky and Putin were at the White House, but it was Netanyahu and Putin who were
Right.
at the White House together. I believe they're going to the actual burial, which
Wow.
which is which was sometime tonight. I don't know for sure. I,
Isn't it ironic how both leaders' first names is Vladimir? But I know
it's
Putin's first name.
it's spelled different, but
Right.
yeah, I think Zelensky's has an O in it, and his is actually pronounced Vladimir, and Putin's is spelled a different way. I think it has an I in it, and it's pronounced
Yeah.
Vladimir. But I don't know. You know.
Vladimir. You're right. Yeah, I don't know who he was having aggressive negotiations with, but there was someone in the past month or so that he was arguing with. This is Lindsey Graham I'm talking
Mhm.
about. And he was so frustrated. And after the meeting, when he's on his way out, he says to his lieutenant who helps him to, when he's busy, or his secretary, whatever, and he says, I don't ever, 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 ever want to talk to that guy again. I don't ever want to see him. I have nothing to say. He's like, no matter what, we're not talking. I don't care if he wants to offer me a car. I am never. And then he stops and he goes, well, if he did, find out what kind of car it is. And I thought that
Yeah,
was cute. And it reminded me of you because I know you're a car guy. And
yeah.
I
Well,
was thinking that he had a really good sense of humor.
I'm
He
a
was
car
just
guy to a point. It's like I've said on broadcast before. Elon Musk could sit me down, or Elon Musk could be a guest and say, "You can have any Tesla you want, except it has to be a Cybertruck."
oh,
And I would say no, because that is the ugliest truck I have ever seen. I
it's
mean, it's kind of cool looking in the sense that you expect it to fold up into the briefcase that George Jetson's
That's so funny, right?
spaceship used to fold up into, but I just don't understand what the look of the Cybertruck is supposed to be. They do make some very nice Teslas. The high end car line is beautiful. I think the Model S
Mhm.
is actually beautiful, but you know, but it all
Yeah,
comes down to
I think
I had a client who lived in New Jersey and was responsible for like half the East Coast
mm,
of of the company that he worked for. And he called me up one day and he said, "Can you set me up with a company down here, and I'll pay you for your time. But can you find me a company down here that will pick me up so that you don't have to come down and not get me if something happens and I have to go?" Because I went down one time, stayed in a hotel room that he paid for, I believe, and he didn't have to go on the trip that he thought he had to go on. But I just said, I want to be sure I pick you
oh,
up.
wow.
But the company that I was using down there had Teslas, and he would always say to the driver, "Do you have a charge? Enough charge? Is it full? Can you leave where we are right now and go to the airport in Boston? Or can we leave Boston and go to my house, and your office is like 2 blocks away from my house? You can make it back and charge the thing." And the guy, always, whoever was driving it was the guy each time, would say, "Yeah, it's fine." And 40 miles away from his house, they ran out of charge. 40 miles away from the airport, they ran out of charge.
That's scary.
I got to them once when they were when they were in Massachusetts near my house in Waltham, to pick him up and take him so that he could catch his flight and
Wow.
go. But that's the uncertainty with an electric car that I just don't want to deal with. I don't want to worry
That
about. I forgot to plug it in the night before,
oh,
you know,
man.
and we only have a quarter of a charge, and Donna's got to take me to a doctor's appointment, or we have to go do this or that, and that's why I just won't do it. Plus, I still think, and I may be wrong, but I still think the government, meaning a Democrat government, has the ability, and a Republican government might too, has the ability to shut that electric car off anytime they want
That's a good point. It
and
is
lock the doors
very
with
scary.
you in it. So it's like you're stuck in a jail cell wherever you are. I don't know if it's for true because, like I said, I've,
You're right.
I've never tried been in an electric car when it was or wasn't done. But I won't. That's why I won't get in.
We have friends in Florida that have two of them.